Hello, hello, and welcome to a Life More Boaty. We are here at the lovely Cannes Boat Show with the lovely people from Beneteau to have a look at the Beneteau 32 GT, or Gran Turismo as more commonly known. Beautiful boat, really practical. I think just such a great size for what it does, and it does it brilliantly. Like a lot of these boats now, it is outboard powered. Currently, as you can see here, we have a set of Mercury 300 V8s. I think the maximum horsepower you can put through this transom is 700 horsepower, which is pretty neat. And I do like the white engine cowlings, they just fit in so well with the white GRP. Little pontoon extensions on either side, making it really, really easy to jump on board. Massive, great big tow rail or ski hook there. A little bit of storage underneath there, and again, it's quite nice that you can easily get round the back of the platform, and obviously this entire space here is taken up when the engines tilt forwards. Great thing about outboards over stern drives is when you're not using them, you can lift them out of the water so they're not gently rotting. Over here we have things like the water pump, fuel inset and deck shower. Little sea gate there to stop everybody running in and out. And if we go inside, I'm just going to do a little turn around here. We have this lovely sort of shaded dining area. Storage underneath all those seats there. Because we're using outboards, or because she's running outboard engines, there's a massive, massive lazarette down there and a bit of tankage space in there as well. And a lovely way they've cut that table around so you don't lose any space going through here, but you've got plenty of dining capability. And I think also, yeah, you can see down there that she's on a high-low leg, so you can raise that down and you can then drop that right the way down, have it as a coffee table, or drop it right the way down, has it as an infill, and then have this as a massive sun lounger. Because this backrest here is adjustable, so you can effectively move it to different locations, which I'm just going to try with one hand and a camera, so bear with me. Here you go, so you can effectively then lie that all the way down like so. It'll probably go flat, but I haven't pushed it far enough, and have this whole area from there right to the back as sun lounging area. I will just put it back in case they're watching. Then forward of that we have a little outside galley area, fridge in there, bit of storage in there, nice stainless gas dual burner hob, and a sink with a fold down tap. Forward of that we have a sort of co-pilot seat here, which is great because it gives you lovely visibility facing forward. Over on the starboard side we have a double helm station with very sort of grippy Beneteau seats with the pop-up bolsters down here, and also a little step there, so if you wanted to you could stand up and steer and stick your head through the sunroof. Actually, of course, I forgot to mention, he says this whole section here, this section here is a hard top, and that will slide all the way back to give you a bit more sun or shade depending on what you fancy. Over here, the throttle and gear shifters for the outboards. Joystick controller with the incredible skyhook system, so you can push that button and it will hold the boat exactly where you want it to be. So if you're waiting for the fuel pontoons, let's say, you can stick it there and it will hold the pontoon, or hold the boat off the pontoon for you. Bow thruster and a very nice Garmin screen, and what a great view forward. Big one-piece windscreen, and the only thing that really breaks up that one-piece windscreen, if we step over the other side, is entry to the bow rider section. So there's a little door in here which you can see, which covers off the bottom section, and then folded over onto the other windscreen you can see here there's a section that fills in here, so you can effectively make it relatively water and wind tight. But what that does is it gives you a cabin below, and it then also gives you a pretty spectacular forward lounging area without really eating too much into the space below. So there you go, forward lounging. You can see that folded windscreen now, that big windscreen, hard top, and right on the very top there you can see that sliding sunroof. So pretty, I mean, what a beautiful place to sit when you're going along or at anchor. And then down in here we just have the pretty standard windlass, anchor locker, and a lot of chain, which is always a benefit. Actually, in case you're wondering, somebody asked me the other day, why is there a piece of rope tied onto the end of the chain? The idea is, if you lose your anchor or it gets stuck or you have to abandon it, you can either untie that, or if it's under a lot of strain, you can actually just cut that anchor rope and not be sort of impeded or locked by your anchor. So we're going to have a look at the space down below. Now we've looked at that sunbathing area, you'll see it's still pretty impressive. So we take 3 steps down, drops us inside. Now you can see the cutaway, so this bit here is the sun lounging area above, but if I turn my camera around, I'm 1.70 m, there's still pretty decent headroom up there. Obviously there's no deck hatch because of the sun lounges, but you have got a bit of forward ventilation there. You've got ventilation across the cabin from both those opening hull window vents. Big double berth. Effectively, you can probably see here, this triangular section under here is the table, so that lifts up, and this can be a sort of a below deck dining area if it's a bit too hot above. And then you have the usual fusion stereo, cupboards around, another cupboard down there. I do like the way that Beneteau do these little leather catches. And because this is effectively a 2 cabin variant, there is under or over here a curtain, so you can pull this curtain out. It runs across this track up here and effectively curtains off from there to there that whole cabin area. Because behind us, so behind this second door here and behind all these wardrobe space in here, we have the second berth. Plenty of light in here because of this window and the overhead one as well, but it is obviously restricted because it is under the cockpit sole, but it's still a pretty decent berth. Plenty of depth, bearing in mind it's a 32-foot boat. There is a pop-up section here effectively underneath the helm seat, which does give you the ability to sit up quite high, and there's ventilation across from that little window there. And then just across the companionway is the single shared heads. Nice big mirror on the back of the door. Nice ceramic sink. Electric vacuum flush loo. Whole window with ventilation, and then if I step in you can see, nice on a 32-foot boat to have a completely separate shower with a little seat, and again decent headroom. Plenty of headroom and a little bit of storage, as you would expect, above the sink in there. So what a great little package. So I hope you've enjoyed the tour. If you have, do please like and subscribe. It makes a massive difference to us on the channel. We really appreciate you subscribing. And I will say thank you very much to the girls and guys at Beneteau for letting us have a look around this rather lovely Beneteau 32 GT. I'll see you next time round.